We are.
Okay. We'll be coming up on it here and just about right there. Okay, folks, it's now 5:30. Before we start this meeting, let me read the list of people that we have associated with the college who are sitting in on this meeting at this point. We have Jim Streetman, the chairperson. That's me. Teresa Stevenson, vice chair. Liz Estrada, secretary. Natalie Gillard, she's the interim president and vice president of academic affairs. Dr. Kennedy, vice president of student services. Amanda Hammer, vice president of administrative affairs. Connie Chavez, which is administrative assistant to the president. Larry Wickham, director of IT, and Josh McVeigh, director of public relations. Have I missed anybody? Okay, that being said, Connie, can we do a roll call, please?
Mr. Streetman?
Here.
Ms. Stevenson?
Here.
Ms. Estrada?
Here.
Mr. Sandoval? Mr. Carell?
Okay, at this point, I'd like to make an amendment to the agenda underneath the president's report. Add items 3 and 4. And item 3 will be Mesa Lands Community College reopening plan. And item 4 is a letter from the governor to all colleges statewide, colleges and universities. And that'll come underneath Natalie's president's report. Now, do we have a motion to approve the agenda as amended?
Liz Estrada, so move.
Teresa Stevenson, second.
Do roll call, Connie.
Ms. Estrada?
Ms. Estrada, yes.
Ms. Stevenson?
Yes.
Mr. Streetman?
Jim Streetman, yes. Okay, comments from the public on this agenda? Connie, do we have any?
No, sir. According to Larry, we did not receive any public comments.
Okay. Do we have a motion to approve the consent agenda at this point?
Teresa Stevenson, so moved.
And a second, please.
Liz Estrada, second.
And roll call.
Ms. Stevenson?
Yes.
Mr. Streetman?
Yes.
Ms. Estrada?
Yes.
Okay, chairperson's report. At this point in time, I don't really have anything right now. That takes us right on down to the president's report. Natalie?
Okay, I would like to give Josh McVeigh the opportunity to discuss the new logo for our athletics program, in particular rodeo, that he created. So Josh, would you provide some information to the board about your awesome new logo design?
Yes, absolutely. I was requested to make a design, a logo that might be used for athletics, including golf, along with rodeo. The intention here was to keep it something that would be simple, but also, again, to use the colors of the school to have consistency across the board. And what I'm going to do right now is present my screen that's going to show a picture of the logo in color. I think what you have in your hand is black and white. And I'll present that now. And 1, 2, here it comes. Oops. I'm presenting to everyone. Let's see. Does everyone see that? Is that on your screen?
Yes.
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 Okay. So what I did in designing this was to incorporate the Mesa Lands logo and the forehead, and then some basic designs for the head of Petey, our bull. and then surrounding it. So that's the actual logos in the center. Then I added Mesa Land Stampede around it, kind of as a template to be used, but the actual logo itself is the bullhead there in the center. And I had input from others, both Matt Hughes and Matt, forgive me, his last name is Dr. Kennedy. Could you help me with his last name? I can't believe I just forgot it. He works with the golf, or he's over at athletics and works with golf.
Oh, Marty Garcia.
Garcia?
Marty Garcia, yes.
Well, and then Matt in recruiting as well, our recruiter. So we've kind of all collaborated together on designing this. And so we wanted to present it to you and just get approval, let you see what it looks like, and hopefully get approval on that. If there's any questions, I'd be more than happy to answer.
Questions? I guess one question I have, Josh, is does it have to be on a black background?
It does not. It can be on any background. The requirements that we want to maintain are the colors within the white outline and the bull itself, maintaining those colors. And actually, those are the colors we want to stick with. And that's the only thing that would be staying the same. The background can change. The words that are in the circle could change as well. But again, just that bull logo itself is what we're looking for approval.
I like it. I like everything about it, but I was wondering, I was thinking more on the line of maybe a tan background or something like that.
We can do that. Yes, sir. It would be we could do a lighter tan, any color background that we need to do, or to make it stand out on any kind of equipment or T-shirts or any kind of products that we decide to put it on. They can be any color. I mean, as long as it doesn't contrast with the colors that are in there or disappear, I guess.
Yeah, and that's the thing, I guess leave that up to you guys to figure out, because depending on what you put it on, if you're putting it on a shirt or whatever, you may want a different background. And that could change depending on the object that you're going to put it on.
Yes, sir. Exactly. Yeah, it could be any number of things that would go on that, but within the white outlines, those are the things that we'd want to stay consistent with, and with those colors.
I like it. What do you guys think, Liz?
I think it looks very good.
I do too. Teresa?
I really like it. And I like the black.
Okay, that's good. I'm good either way. It's just, I was thinking if you had, depending on what you had it on, a different background might be a little bit better. But anyway, okay. Do we have a motion to approve the new logo?
Liz Estrada, so move.
Second?
Teresa Stevenson, second.
Okay, Connie?
Mr. Streetman,
Yes.
Mrs. Estrada,
Yes.
Miss Stevenson.
Yes.
Josh, you just got a logo approved.
All right. Thank you very much. We're very excited to be using that.
Good.
All right, thank you. Thank you, Josh. So at this time, I'll ask Larry Wickham, our Director of IT, to provide a presentation on virtual credit cards. It's more of a proposal. So Larry?
Okay, just like Josh, I will present my screen.
I can't pay attention.
All right, is everyone able to see that?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Got it.
So I've discovered a service out there. It's from a website called privacy.com. And what they offer is ephemeral credit card numbers. And essentially, they're, think of them as kind of disposable credit card numbers. They offer single-use cards, which function much like a check. Once they're used, they can't be used again, so single-time use. They also offer merchant lock cards. So once a purchase is made from a vendor, future purchases cannot be made using the same card number from a different vendor. And also, you can freeze and unfreeze the cards from the website. We currently do not have purchasing cards or the facility to do that. Privacy.com seemed to me like it would be a solution to that, because it would give the business office quite a few controls over how the card numbers were used. Also, being ephemeral cards, we could issue them as needed, and they could be used, and then once they're used and no longer exist or can be charged against. Some of the use cases, as you know, the world has kind of gone almost card only. And so, and I just realized my slides are not moving along. Here, why are you not? Okay, well, I guess my slideshow is not going to work. So some of the use cases that we could apply these to, when we requisition something from a vendor who only has card only as their payment option, we could request that a card number be issued. The business office could then issue the card number. We take that card number, take it to the vendor, make the purchase, and then the card number, being ephemeral, is no longer usable. Some services going forward may require a monthly subscription. We could go through the same requisition and purchase order process now and issue a credit card number for that company that had a monthly spending limit equal to the amount that was encumbered for that particular purchase or purchase requisition. And then that vendor couldn't charge us more in a given month than we had originally allocated. That card number wouldn't be usable anywhere else. And it just adds a whole another level of card control over the cards and the way we issue them and work with them. So with that, any questions?
Where'd everybody go?
So, Larry, how are the cards branded? Are they Visa or MasterCard?
I believe they're Visa cards.
Okay.
I've actually been using this for some time now on a personal level, and I think the card numbers are Visa. Yeah, they are Visa cards.
So Larry, what is the process for the business office to put money on?
So on the back end, it would debit our debit card. So when the transaction goes through, they basically pass the transaction on and then would charge our debit card. And then that would, through the bank, pull it from our bank account.
So why not just use the debit card? Because I have to do 2 transactions per debit card usage. You're adding another one to my process.
Yeah, but we gain a very high level of security if that debit card number were ever compromised, either unintentionally or accidentally through a transaction. Because we would be issuing an ephemeral card number, we wouldn't have to worry about a fraudulent charge later on, or going back and changing our debit card number on every website or every vendor that we used it for if one card number did get compromised.
I don't know if everybody can hear me or not. This is something we have dealt with for ever since I've been on the board. We've had many people having to use their personal credit cards to get things. We've missed out on discounts and stuff because we didn't have a credit card. Not all businesses will take a PO and work with us that way. If this will work and satisfy the requirements we need for our accounting, I think we really need to look at this hardly, very hard.
Yes, we can look into this, Amanda and I, and see if there are, who else uses this type of service. And if it will, it sounds as if it would possibly meet within the parameters of our audit. So, or our procurement requirements, but we'll verify that.
Okay.
So thank you, Larry, for that information.
Thank you.
That being said, we need a motion then to approve going forward with this.
Liz Estrada, I make a motion that we authorize Natalie and Amanda to check into this further to see if it would be a good fit for the college.
Very good. Do we have a second?
Teresa Stevenson, second.
Roll call, Connie?
Ms. Estrada,
Yes.
Ms. Stevenson,
Yes.
Mr. Streetman.
Yes.
Okay, so at this time, the addition item number 3, the updated reopening plan. That plan was updated this weekend, and I sent it to all the board members, the administration, Larry, Josh, a number of key staff that will have responsibility within the realms of that reopening plan. It was sent to the New Mexico Higher Education Department on Monday for their review and feedback. So the plan is, we can say this is our second plan or updated plan from the original, in that now we have more detail with a specific focus on reopening in the fall. It's not complete. I see that plan will, as it is a living document, it's fluid. It will be updated on a frequent basis as things change. So I would ask if any of the board members have any questions on the reopening plan, or feel that there were holes or gaps that maybe were overlooked.
I was fortunate enough to be able to spend the afternoon looking at this, and I couldn't really find much fault with it. I couldn't find any fault with it, Natalie. It's pretty thorough. I just hope it addresses everything that we're going to have to address, and we'll probably fall short someplace, because this is new ground we're treading on, something we've never faced before as a college or even a nation. I don't know where it's going to go.
Yes, you're absolutely right there. We just are going to have to, go day by day with the hope that we can plan to the start of the fall semester and have an idea as to what we're going to face. So.
Okay, very good. Thank you. It's very detailed. Keep our fingers crossed and hope we can. Well, we're going to get through it one way or the other.
Yes, we are. So that leads me then, that's a segue into the letter that I sent to you today via email that was sent to all the college presidents, the Board of Regents, Board of Trustees, administrators on college campuses, the letter from Governor Michelle Lujan Grisham. And it was a heartfelt letter with a lot of information as to the impact of COVID-19 on our state. But the gist of the letter is that at this time for the fall 2020 semester, there will be no contact sports on college campuses. So that was the heart of the letter, or the point, I should say. And it's understandable with the need to practice social distancing. Yeah, so that's any comments on Governor Lujan Grisham's letter? I think it pretty much is clear. So that's all I have to say on the letter. I do say appreciate her keeping sharing that with all of us so we're informed.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, I guess, Natalie?
Yes, so now at this time, as far as academic affairs, I would just like to say the future of academic affairs in terms of course offerings is detailed in the plan, the reopening plan. Primarily the modes of delivery for our fall courses, which as we've had for many years, we'll have both online classes and face-to-face. The difference being with face-to-face is we'll have a limited number of students allowed within a classroom setting. And that setting will have to allow for the 6 feet of social distancing among students and faculty. They'll also be wearing masks this time. And then something that it's not, I mean, maybe it's fairly new for us, but, and I don't know if the nomenclature is proper, but this is what I'm calling it. It's online live. And that's where you have your online course housed within Moodle, but then you can add a live component, such as we're doing tonight through virtual meetings. And some faculty did that in the fall, in particular allied health faculty. So that enables faculty interaction, more faculty interaction, and student to student interaction. So that's another mode of delivery. It's being used throughout our nation, and I think it's a good tool. Gives us another way to interact with our students in this void in which we're operating. So the semester's due to begin as scheduled on August 17th. We have a lot to talk about in-house as to how we're gonna have our registration. Are we gonna have, if we have it on campus? I mean, it can't be as it was in the past. We're gonna have limits and restrictions on the number allowed in to comply with the limit on the number that are allowed during a gathering in one space. So we have a lot more to do, but at least we have a foundation to start with. So at this time, that would conclude my discussion on academic affairs.
Okay. I guess at this point we go to student services. Dr. Kennedy.
Hello, everybody. If you could turn to Exhibit 4 in your board book. I'm going to go through our spring head count, credit hours, and FTE or full-time equivalent. And for spring 2019 versus 2020, we were down about 24%. For credit hours, 6618 versus 5110, down about 23%. And for FTE, 441 versus 341, down about 23%.
Any questions, anybody? I guess all I can say then is thank you, Dr. Kennedy.
And we are doing our best for fall.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting what the numbers are going to be. I'm really anxious to see how we're going to turn out there.
Me too.
So, okay, administrative affairs, Ms. Amanda Hammer.
Good evening. So the first thing on the agenda is our monthly finance report. This month, we only have the certificate of deposits and the accounts payable check register. And this is all within companion exhibit 1. And then within that, exhibit 1 is the certificate of deposit activity for the month of June. We had a total of $575.96 in interest paid for the month of June, for our year-to-date earnings from investments of $12,705.06. We do have a CD that is coming due later this month on there. And then for the check register for June, there's a total of 3 pages that does include some checks to students, both for financial aid and refunds. But for our total for the month, it was $534,818.63. And if anyone has any questions, I will do my best to get them answered.
Okay, questions, anyone? And I've got a couple, on the first page of the check register. Check number 76061 for Case and Company.
That is a local company that we purchase hay and feed from for rodeo.
Okay. Okay, then you've got a 76067, Mr. Franklin Jackson for,
That is for new doors that were being installed at the museum.
okay, there we go. Yeah, toward the bottom of the page, 76105, Amazon.com, corporate
We
credit.
use Amazon a lot to purchase, especially used textbooks for the courses that are offered at the facilities, because they often use older editions that we are no longer able to purchase directly from the publishers. So we find them on Amazon.
Okay. All I've got, folks. Do we have a motion to approve the expenditures as presented?
Teresa Stevenson, so moved.
One second.
Liz Estrada, second.
Okay, Connie?
Ms. Stevenson,
Yes.
Mr. Streetman,
Yes.
Ms. Estrada.
Yes.
Okay, next on the agenda is the first budget adjustment request for the state. This is only to reflect the decrease in our appropriation from the legislative session in June. You can see on the very first page, they cut our budget by a total of $401,500. It was 4% for instruction in general, 6% for public service, and another 4% for athletics. So the first page reflects the decrease in revenue, and then the second page reflects the exact same amounts coming out in expenditures, and page 3 has the detail for instruction in general for the $379,400 from the different divisions within instruction in general. And we had no say in this. We had to get this approved and submitted by the end of the month.
Questions, anyone? Okay, if we don't have any questions, do we have a motion to approve this bar adjustment?
Liz Estrada, so move.
Second?
Teresa Stevenson, second.
Okay, let's roll call, Connie?
Mr. Streetman,
Yes.
Ms. Estrada,
Yes.
Ms. Stevenson.
Yes.
Okay. Next is several purchase requisitions that are over the limit that have to come to the board. The first one is our risk insurance premium for the whole fiscal year through Palms and Associates through the New Mexico Public Schools Insurance Authority. The total is $161,332. Do you want me to go over all of them and you guys ask questions?
Let's do it, please.
Okay. The Exhibit 7 is to Excel Energy, and this is electricity for fiscal year 21. Exhibit 8 is to the City of Tucumcari for water, sewer, and trash services. Exhibit 9 is for New Mexico Gas Company for natural gas services. Exhibit 10 is to Plateau Wireless for internet services. I am happy to report that Larry is working with them to get us a lower price, so I hope that this does not get used to the full $24,000. Exhibit 11 is to Rico for our copier leases and maintenance and usage, and that covers 4 different machines on campus. And then Exhibit 12 is what I estimate to be the remainder of the contract for AUI Incorporated for the campus improvements. And then Exhibit 13 is the one through Cooperative Education Services for our master plan with Park Hill Smith and Cooper.
Okay. Any questions, folks? If we have no questions, do we have a motion to approve the purchase request exhibits 6 through and including 13?
Teresa Stevenson, so moved.
Do we have a second?
Liz Estrada, second.
And a roll call, please.
Ms. Estrada,
Yes.
Ms. Stevenson,
Yes.
Mr. Streetman.
Yes. Okay, we need to go into executive session for just a few minutes. It shouldn't be very long. Trying to think how we do this. I guess we have everybody hang up and then you'll get a hold of everybody and let them know to come back on.
Excuse me, Mr. Streetman, may I have a motion?
Yes, ma'am, that's correct. Okay, do we have a
Liz
motion to
Estrada,
go?
so moved.
And a second.
Teresa Stevenson, second.
Okay, roll call, please.
Ms. Stevenson,
Yes.
Mr. Streetman,
Yes.
Ms. Estrada.
Yes.
All right, you got a hold of Connie and Natalie. There's Connie.
There's Connie.
Okay, looks like we've got everybody back. Okay. Do I have a motion we reconvene from executive session?
Teresa Stevenson, so moved.
And a second, please.
Liz Estrada, second.
Okay, at this point in time, there's really no action. We've got to get, the board is going to get together, and Connie, we're going to try to schedule another strictly executive session meeting for next week. It'll have to deal with personnel issues and a variety of things that are along that category. But it's going to have to be sometime next week. You need 72 hours notice. Is this not correct?
Pardon me?
You need 72 hours notice to schedule a special meeting?
Yes, sir. That's the notice we need to give the media and
So
get it posted.
if we have a date and a time by tomorrow or by Wednesday or Thursday, that would be, what days would we need it? Wednesday next week?
Yes, you could even meet, if I have the notice out by Friday, you could even meet on Tuesday, because that's usually when I send it for these regular meetings. It goes
Okay.
out on Friday afternoon for your Tuesday meetings.
Okay. Okay, guys, then, well, everybody think about it, and I'll get with you guys tomorrow, and we'll figure out what might work, and I'll also give Jimmy a call too and get him involved in it too, so we can try to sit down and pick up a date, okay?
Mr.
Connie,
Streetman,
yes,
you guys did not vote on your last motion.
Are you still discussing the,
okay. Connie?
okay. Mr. Streetman,
Yes.
Ms. Estrada,
Yes.
Ms. Stevenson.
Yes.
I thought Mr. Streetman was wanting to get that as part of the description prior to the voting. Thank you.
That's okay. New business? Okay, the correspondence is in the back, informational items and such, important dates. We got, Labor Day coming up in September the 7th. Our 12-month calendar is, 14, and, Board of Trustees annual calendar reports is exhibit 15. Does anybody else have anything to add? I'll start with Teresa.
Nothing. Thank you.
Okay, Liz.
No, thank you.
Okay, Natalie.
No, I don't have anything to add.
Okay, Dr. Kennedy.
Nothing from me.
Amanda.
No, sir, thank you.
Okay, Connie, have we left anything out?
I don't believe so, sir.